As for the data we gain from before the disaster and after disaster, what we can do is that we try to push the countries transparent and to try to make the best use of the information to compilation, validation, and dissemination of the accurate data to the country who need it most. Second is that training. Training is the core part of our virtual center, which we know that there is a problem of understaffing of relief agencies. So we want to do that not only the quantity but also the quality of the relief team should be mentioned in our virtual center. We try to achieve that empowerment, ownership, accountability, mutual trust, and most important of all, reciprocal trust. The third one is partnership. We try to build out a private-public partnership in combination with CSO, NGO, corporate enterprises. Just like Professor Bacchini said about, there is no such bowel disease if we can do a relational goods well. So based on 1, 2, 3 assessment, training, and partnership, we try to build a local effective capacity to achieve economic efficiency. And the fourth one is logistics. We try to distribute the tangible resources to the most needy. And DRTOC is a virtual center that when the disaster hits, it becomes a really operational center. So in order to rationalize and optimize the resources, that logistics, it becomes very important that we can get the pile stocking material from pile stocking center reserve and make a check that how many of the resources can be mobilized during the emergency period. And the last but not least, that coordination is such a core that DRTOC aims to harmonize network, try to put orchestration into practice. We try to manage tangible and intangible resources in a consorted way. We try to avoid charity competition. We try to put the implementary that as much as possible. We try to bring together the professionalism and voluntarism. So this is the 5 to 6, 7 minutes talk.
Yes.
But we've done is many hours that we try to make some conclusion that actually assessment training that we can bring the grassroots together and empower them to build the local capacity, and partnership we try to build on incentive management, and coordination logistics. The regional coordination works before global governance.
The title is International Disaster Compensation Fund. We can call it IDCF in short. This is a compensation approach. First, let's see the existing problem and our niche. For the disaster-prone countries, they often run out of financial resources when disaster comes, and sometimes some political factors may affect the donation and acceptance. For example, after the cyclone, the Myanmar government has faced such a problem. And for non-disaster prone countries, their domestic call for alternative, more substantial foreign aid programs, and their domestic industries are keen for deeper involvement in overseas post-disaster constructions. So, to solve all these problems, we set up this new fund. The key design of our fund is a finance collecting system. There are 3 channels to collect money. They are each country's annual contribution, contingent donation, and regular charity donation. All of this money will be used for recovery, reconstruction, and rehabilitation. The main advantage of our design is sustainability. Why is that? Because for disaster-prone countries, they can receive on-time substantial financial support, and they can save in individual account before disaster comes. For the non-disaster-prone countries, it is another type of international aid, and these countries can be granted priority in relief and reconstruction contracts. Besides, transparency and accountability is another 2 main advantages of our design. To ensure the accountability, we will set up a board of members. Member countries, and to ensure the transparency, we will set up an external auditing. to ensure the effectiveness, 2 committees is necessary to be established. One is the executive committee, which is in charge of decision-making, execution, something like this. And this committee members are elected by board of member countries and held accountable. And the other one is expert committee. It is an independent panel of experts in relevant areas. They will assess the laws and propose compensation plans as soon as possible. Okay, last. What is the innovation of IDCF? First, financing before disaster comes. Second, it can combine disaster saving and foreign aid together to enhance the financial strength. Third, it can minimize political barrier in international disaster assistance. And last, it can provide substantial incentive for less disaster-prone countries to take part in and reduce their domestic opposition for foreign aid. We have passion because we care each other, and we have confidence because we can benefit each other. This is the idea about global government we want to share. We have shared with you. Thank you.
Just 1 minute to summarize a couple of theory points. So
are you really 1 minute?
1 minute, less than 1 minute.
Yes.
So the first one is that incentive for learning by doing, which have been introduced by Weifeng's presentation about disaster predicting. And the second takeaway point is that regional works before global governance. We have a very, very good confidence in the regional approach of global governance, which have been introduced in the ASEAN Disaster Relief Center, the presentation. And third one, saving money and stocks before disaster comes is a good strategy for global governance in disaster relief. And fourth one, mutual benefit ensures the sustainability of disaster relief. And last but not least, capacity building embraces the grassroots empowerment. Thank you for your attention.